Hello everyone. Welcome back to Turkish Spotlight Secrets. If you're new here, this is the place where we slow down the rumor mill and walk you through the full story from first whisper to final word. If you enjoy clear, respectful deep dives you can use for text-to-speech, please like this video, subscribe, and tap the join button to support more content like this. Today's episode centers on one name and one moment that sent timelines into overdrive: Elçin Sangu. Was she really announcing a pregnancy, or did a character's storyline leap off the script pages and into the public imagination? Let's unpack what happened, why it happened, and what it tells us about fame in the age of instant conclusions. To understand the wave that hit social media, you have to start with the way Elçin Sangu builds characters. She doesn't just memorize lines, she layers them, gesture, breath, micro-expressions, until a role feels like a living person you could pass on the street. That meticulous approach is a big reason audiences connected so strongly with her performance in Stickman. The series gave her a complex arc that included a pregnancy storyline, and she played it with such quiet precision that people forgot where fiction ends and life begins. That is a compliment to any actor, but it's also a setup for misunderstanding when a single out-of-context image starts to circulate. Here's the spark: a simple post on her personal feed, soft light, a hint of a silhouette, a caption about new chapters and learning to listen to your body. It was not a press release. It was not a magazine cover. It was a snapshot of a feeling, and for many fans it rang like a bell. The comments turned celebratory almost instantly: congratulations, heartwarming wishes, a flood of memories from viewers who have grown up watching her work. Within minutes, entertainment pages began to embed the post, framing it as a life announcement rather than a mood or a metaphor. People didn't just read it, they read into it. Meanwhile, on set, the team behind Stickman was deep into a run of scenes that required precision and care. When a show handles pregnancy on screen, there is an entire behind-the-scenes ecosystem most viewers never see: wardrobe choices that evolve subtly week to week, prosthetics that need to move with the body and the lighting, blocking that respects the character's physicality without turning it into spectacle. The point is authenticity, not sensationalism. Elçin approached that arc the way she approaches every arc, honoring the truth of what women feel in private as much as what the plot demands in public. That truth is what made the storyline believable. It's also why so many people saw her post and took it as personal news. As the congratulatory messages multiplied, the tone shifted from warm to urgent. Headlines hardened into statements. An echo chamber formed: one outlet cites another, social accounts cite both, and 1,000 screenshots take the place of a single verified sentence. In the middle of it all stood Elçin, an artist who has always let the work speak first. When you are a private person in a loud world, any words you do choose matter more, so you measure them. She did not rush to deny, she did not rush to confirm. She let the noise crest and then, with the steadiness people admire her for, let clarity arrive. That clarity came in two parts. First, industry insiders pointed out that the images fans were debating matched the look and the timing of Stickman's production schedule. Second, a brief explanation made it plain: the post that set off the storm was about her role, her process, and her gratitude for a body that can carry heavy stories without losing itself. She was not announcing a personal pregnancy, she was acknowledging a professional challenge, and the empathy that had grown from it. The disappointment some fans felt was understandable, but even that disappointment tells a bigger truth: when an actor makes you care this much, you can forget you are caring for a character. Let's talk about that empathy. Playing a pregnant character is not a costume gag. It requires research and humility. Elçin met with consultants who specialize in movement coaching so the character's posture, pace, and fatigue would read as real rather than theatrical. She adjusted the cadence of her speech in scenes where breath comes shorter. She negotiated with the camera: tighter framing here, a wider hold there, so the audience could feel the emotional weight without the show turning intimate moments into intrusive ones. That attention to detail is why so many viewers felt seen. It is also why a casual caption about listening to your body felt like a personal confession rather than a professional note. There's another layer here: the way fandoms wrap care around their favorites. In the hours after the post, comment sections became digital living rooms. People swapped advice about vitamins and rest, recommended podcasts about balance, shared childhood photos they hoped Elçin would someday recreate with a child of her own. None of this was malicious. It was affection trying to be helpful. But affection without verification becomes pressure, and pressure is the enemy of good work. The healthiest response came later, when many of those same fans pivoted from congratulating a rumor to celebrating a performance. They didn't feel tricked, they felt reminded that acting, when it's good, is supposed to fool you a little. What about the press? Some outlets recalibrated quickly. Others clung to the initial headline because certainty drives clicks. This is the feedback loop of modern celebrity, an artist's subtlety meets an algorithm's appetite for absolutes. The only way to short-circuit that loop is to do what Elçin did: stay calm, stay accurate, and keep the emphasis on craft. When the story is art, not gossip, it ages better and it leaves the person at the center intact. Now, let's zoom back to the set for a moment, because the craft deserves its spotlight. Wardrobe build for a pregnancy arc is more than adding fabric. It's color logic that shifts with the character's emotional weather, seams that sit differently as weeks pass, silhouettes that evolve as the person inside the story changes. Makeup softens certain lines, hair is styled with an eye to time of day and energy. Blocking respects the new center of gravity, stunts are rethought or removed. The actor's toolkit expands. Slower rises, protective gestures, spontaneous smiles that arrive as if from somewhere deeper. Elçin brought all of that without making it a performance about performance. The work looks effortless because it was effortful in the right places hours before the slate clapped. There's also the matter of dignity. Too often, pregnancy arcs become convenient devices, used to reset relationships or wring cheap tears out of an audience. Stickman tried a different angle, and Elçin leaned into it. The arc became a study in agency rather than a detour into melodrama. Choices remained choices. The character didn't vanish into a trope, she remained complicated, capable, occasionally contradictory. That's why viewers got protective. You don't guard a cliché. You guard someone you recognize. So where do we go from here? Expect Elçin to keep doing what she has always done, choosing projects that let her build full human beings, not placeholders, letting public posts be windows, not billboards. Speaking when it adds light, not heat. Expect fans to be more cautious about jumping from caption to conclusion. Not because enthusiasm is wrong, but because patience makes joy more accurate. And expect media to take a lesson in responsible framing. It is possible to celebrate a brilliant performance without stapling a private life onto it. Before we close, a brief etiquette guide for all of us who watch, applaud, and sometimes get ahead of ourselves. First, verify before you amplify. A share is not neutral, it multiplies whatever it carries. Second, celebrate craft. If a scene moved you, say why: camera work, writing, music, or in this case, an actor's control over silence and breath. Third, keep families and partners out of the tags unless they invite themselves in. People who didn't audition for your attention shouldn't have to manage it. Fourth, allow artists to be people. They owe you the work, they do not owe you their calendar. To Elçin Sangu, thank you for building characters with care and for trusting audiences with complicated truths. To the viewers who reached for joy then pivoted to respect, you did what healthy fandoms do: learn fast and love well. To the outlets that corrected the record, keep doing that. It's possible to be timely without being careless. If this deep dive helped you separate performance from projection, please like this video, subscribe, and ring the bell so you never miss an episode of Turkish Spotlight Secrets. Tell me in the comments, which scenes in Stickman felt the most honest to you, and why? Did a particular moment make you forget you were watching fiction? I read everything, and your insights help shape future videos. Thank you for watching, take good care of yourselves, and goodbye.